This is Surya Saha, and welcome to the Insurtech Story podcast, the platform to spread knowledge on insurance innovation, digital disruption, and entrepreneurship. Our website, insurtechstory.com, and we are available on Spotify, Apple, and Google. Today, we are going to discuss on the topic CRM for next generation of insurance agents. And for now, I'm delighted to welcome our guest, Roshan Jaiswal, who is the co-founder and CEO of Insurtech, a fast-growing software company based in Texas. Roshan worked in management roles at large financial institutions before moving to Dallas in 2015 to become a director of M&As for CBRE, a leading commercial real estate service company. He discovered a problem experienced by small insurance agencies and worked to evaluate the opportunity before leaving CBRE to start Insurtech in 2018. So, Roshan, welcome on board, and we are excited to have you for the show.
Thank you, Surya. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm really looking forward to this.
Thanks, Roshan. Would you like to tell our audiences a bit about Insurtech?
Of course, yeah, sure. So InsuredMine is a sales CRM marketing automation platform designed for insurance agents. So
Right.
they can manage their entire customer journey rather than just look it from a sales or any other desperate piece within their customer experience. So the entire customer journey, and we can go into the details at some point. What does that customer journey entails?
Right. Yeah. So I think in the age of digital transformation, what we are seeing, particularly in the financial services industry and in specific to insurance, I think for the agents or the middlemen, uh, some sort of end-to-end solution softwares is something that's need of the hour. Moving on to the discussion points quickly for the day. What in the insurance context is CRM, and how best are CRM tools beneficial for insurance companies and agents? Any thoughts on that, Roshan?
Sure. So let's start by first defining what is a CRM. A CRM is a customer relationship management, right?
Yeah.
That hits the nail on the head by saying it's a customer relationship. And we are into insurance is a business of relationship. We sell
Right.
policies, we cover the risk, we do the risk management, but all that happens because you have a good relationship with your client, you're managing that relationship, and they trust you, you got them covered. And now you are enabling that into product. So it's very important that it is no more seen as a transaction, and the customer journey of that customer is seen uh, sooner than the starting of the policy and much after the policy has expired. So understanding that entire ecosystem that you are a part of with this within this ecosystem of customer and insurance, where does CRM fits in? So back to the question of what is a CRM and how does it becomes relevant is the system allows you to manage your client more effectively and more efficiently, so you can do more with less.
Right. So, may I add that CRM innovate actually would, down the line can perhaps solve the distribution, issues that insurers or the agents faces.
Well, I would go a bit further than saying it does not only solve the distribution problem. I think it sweetens the experience of the customer as well.
Right.
What I mean by that is today an agency may have probably 2,000 to 3,000 accounts of the clients that they are managing, but just because of that sheer volume, you are always focused on new clients, new business. You do not have the capacity, the bandwidth to manage your current one. But it does not take a lot if you build a smart system that
Right.
will enable you to engage with these clients. And so that's where it becomes very interesting, that it is not only solving the distribution to the current customer, to the new customer, but it is also solving the problem of your existing customer, because there is a lot more opportunity exist in your existing customer as well.
Yeah, true. Roshan, insurance agents deal with a variety of challenges while working with clients in this cutthroat industry. So, as an agent, or rather, an agent must deal with a number of concerns on a daily basis, right? Including tackling the competition, solving, or rather making decisions through a vast amount of data they have, and especially the ineffective processes that exist within the insurance business at the current date. It's difficult to generate leads in this complex kind of an ecosystem. So how do you see the CRM managing or solving these challenges for the agents and brokers going
Mhm.
forward?
So, that's a very relevant question, and thanks for asking. Because see, every agency is, there is all kind of challenges today. They are feeling the competition from, the agent next door, or the agent in the next block, and now in the digital world they are feeling the competition from the agent on their computer, which is the direct to consumer products.
Right.
And now they have to recreate themselves in a way where they can compete with all of these.
Yeah.
And when they are innovating the process, the product, and the people within their organization, one thing they have to think about is how that how does that make me different from all of these guys. And one thing that separates them from all of these guys, because all of them will be selling the same product from the same carrier, or like the same kind of product from the same kind of carriers, is how you deal with your customers, how your customers experiences with you, that will hold that customer back to you, who is not going to go on to the next agent on the next block because that guy is $10 cheaper. And so when you transform that customer experience and build your strength around that, that gives you that advantage. And a product like a CRM will allow you to get to that kind of experience building. Now, let's also try to look into, when you are using a CRM solution, you get a lot of data, and that now use that data to your advantage. For example, look into your current book of business and build that insight. Who are you catering to? What kind of demographics are you catering to? Are you catering to the baby boomers, or are you catering to Gen Z? Because based on that, you would know what kind of product you should be selling and how you should be reaching out to them. Should you be texting them, or you should be calling them, or you should be going and meeting them in person? So all that will change based on knowing who you are servicing. Other aspect of that is understand your data from a perspective of, are you what kind of policies are you selling them? Are you selling them a lot of personal lines? And if you're selling them personal lines, are you selling them one policy, or are you selling them multiple policies? So all of that data will allow you to build that competitive edge over your competition, because now you understand your customer better, you know how to serve them better, you understand your data better, so you know how you will leverage that data to to build on your business, rather than just trying to scramble around and think, hey, how am I going to get my next lead? Now let's talk about the lead side. So, but before I talk about lead, let me give you two key element of growing a business. You are growing your business either from new business or a new lead coming in, or you are growing your business from your current book of business, which is through cross sell and upsell. And in both the situation, it's important that you are building a system with process around it, which will allow you to scale, where you are able to do way more than be bogged down by inefficient systems. So build solutions with forms, with texting tools, with automations, with digital signature. All of that will allow you to just make your process way more efficient, where you are able to do way more in the less time that you have. And that's how you're gonna compete and win against all this competition that you're mentioning.
Yeah, true. You have mentioned about data, and that's in today's world is the most important asset. At the same time, is the most challenging aspect to every business, pertaining to how they actually use the data and how they deal with it. So, just for the benefit of the listeners, insurance agents on a daily basis handle a lot of paperwork and information for each client's insurance process, their insurance companies, and so on and so forth. So it is literally not possible to grab on all the important data. There's a hell lot of chance to actually have a loss of data which is manually managed, right? So essentially, a CRM tool such as yours would help insurance agencies to adopt and manage the or rather simplify the process, so all of the insurance agents can work collaboratively and improve on their performance or the bottom line, not just tackling leads but also improving on ROIs, managing customers experience end to end, and of course the sales lineup and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
So
no, I believe there's a lot of pieces to that question. So let's start by first part of data aspect. And one thing you may find my quote online somewhere. I say, data is like mineral. If you're not extracting it, you're
yeah,
walking all over it.
yeah, true.
And but the bigger problem today is you compile all of this data or you have all of this data in your system, but then you leave it to the user on their ability to interpret or understand, which means not everybody will understand it the same way and will not be leveraging the data in the same way. Then the question is, how do we create that level playing field for all the agencies? So
Yeah,
what we do then is we do not just give you the data, we create the insight around that data to tell you what that data is telling you, because every data has a story. And so we focus less on giving you data or reports or, hey, download this into Excel now, go figure out. Nobody has that Harvard MBA or IIT IIMs where they are now building these beautiful charts to figure it out. We give them those beautiful charts with insight, telling them the data story that they need to know,
yeah,
because then that's how you level the playing field. Now I all of them are reading the same data in the same way and learning the same thing. So that's number one, is democratizing that data for everybody's advantage. Part two is a collaboration, because now the data is available real time for between all of their sales agents. See, that is a huge advantage. Earlier, if somebody was on a vacation, now customer is left there hanging dry because, hey, I do not have access to my buddy's system and he is out on vacation. Now you wait for that week or multiple weeks. Now with this collaborative, or the way the data is kind of aligned real time, you do not have to wait. You can pick up where they left. And so the customer does not feel that heat, or that experience is not disrupted. And that's a huge advantage. Again, it all goes back to being focused on customer and how you are enabling that experience. So that's second part where I think data becomes way more powerful in terms of having collated in one way. Hope that gives you a perspective of
yeah.
where we see where the data is heading.
Yeah, so moving on to the last part of our discussion today. So we are speaking about data. We are speaking about the tackling of leads and the processes. So the last part that I'm really curious to understand is, from the revenue side, how do you see a CRM system helping insurance to improve on its ROI?
I'll again go back to those two aspect of revenue. There is new business revenue and the renewals.
Right.
So with the new business revenue, first thing is you got to know who you want to sell to.
Yeah.
And the best way to know who you want to sell to is to look into your current book of business and say who you have sold to. because knowing who you have sold will give you a perspective. Okay, if I'm writing a lot of church business, hey, that is, I think, is becoming my niche. So let me go and find more churches to write those policies. Or hey, if I'm selling a lot of auto, let me go and find those customers. So that's important. And once you identify your niche, that's where you double down. And similarly, on the other side, on the renewal, you would look into your data to look at, okay, what have I been selling that has got a better retention with lower loss ratio, as well as where there is an opportunity for upsell and cross sell. So looking at that, as you know, not only that will help you to increase your revenue, it will also, if you are able to cross sell more policies to the current customer, it will increase your retention as well. And it's a
Yeah.
double advantage. Because if you have more policy with same customer, retention increases, and with a 5% increase in retention, you literally have 25% or more increase in profitability. So it helps whatever you want to do, whether it's new business or renewal. For increase in revenue, you have to go back and look at your current book of business and understand what you have done and what you have done well, so you can do that more and more.
Yeah. So I think, apart from what you have mentioned on the, renewals and new sales, aspect, uh, such tools will also reduce an immense amount of paperwork and admin works. So that can also reduce the labor cost. So hence, it might add to the overall revenue too.
Yep. Of course. So there is two things we usually talk about. How a tool like CRM is helping you make money or reduce cost.
Right. Right.
So we talked about revenue side, and obviously on reduction of cost, there is several aspects. One is from an efficiency play where you are able to get more done with less, and second is also from automation.
Yeah.
Automation has started to become more and more of a common thing than it was 2 to 3 years ago, right? And we always talk about every agency have to look into their current processes and think it from a perspective of high volume, low value, and low volume and high value. Low volume, high value should be personal advisory work that every agency needs to do, but high volume and low value work needs to be automated within every agency. And that's how you create that efficiency and that cost savings.
Yeah. I think that's very insightful, and some lovely points out there. A very new way of looking at things, especially for the insurance agents and brokers. Thank you, Roshan. A fantastic discussion. Thank you for sharing your thoughts today. It was a true delight to have you as our guest.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
And lastly, to wrap this up, thank you for listening, and see you at our next episode. Take care and stay safe. Goodbye for now.